It's Thursday, February 14. Here are the stories making the news. Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu attended People's Republic of China's annual Chinese New Year and Spring Festival dinner last evening. More in this report from Nkosi Bruce.
In his address at the event, Prime Minister Nagamutu reiterated Guyana's support and commitment to the Belt and Road Initiative and other projects.
And the recent high point in these relations is the Memorandum of Understanding on Cooperation within the framework of the Silk Road Economic Belt and the 21st Century Maritime Silk Road Initiative, which our two countries signed during July of last year. The Belt and Road Initiative is a strong indicator of China's transformative vision for the world. Guyana now not only supports this initiative, but stands to benefit from it.
He further highlighted the role China has played in helping to boost other sectors of Guyana.
Another high point to which Your Excellency has referred was the visit of Wang Yi, His Excellency, State Councillor and Minister of Foreign Affairs of the People's Republic of China last September. Important bilateral discussions were held with President David Granger and Vice President Foreign Affairs Minister Carl Greenidge. Mr. Wang Yi's visit has given a boost to Guyana's ICT program, as well as to our public service and security sectors.
His Excellency Shui Zhongxun, Chinese ambassador to Guyana, spoke on the various developments and growth that China has undergone despite the various challenges they have faced over the years.
Defying economic difficulties and downward pressure, China achieved medium-high GDP growth rate of 6.6%. The number of new employment reached 13 million in the whole year. That means the Chinese have created 30 million for the new employment, and more than 10 million people living in rural areas were lifted out of poverty.
Reporting for InfoHub, Nkosi Bruce.
Minister of Foreign Affairs Carl Greenidge and newly accredited High Commissioner-designate of New Zealand to Guyana, His Excellency Anton Ojala, have signed an air services agreement. The agreement grants both countries the right to conduct international air transport within a common framework and stems from a mutual desire to broaden international air transport opportunities. The deal also outlines the associated factors that will enhance competitive air transport services, trade, and economic growth. Guyana and New Zealand established diplomatic relations on September 1, 1974 and continue to enjoy strong relations. Officials from the Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative say they are making headway in spite of legal challenges. Felicia Valenzuela recently sat down with them.
Rashid Malej, independent administrator of EITI, says there is nothing to worry about. He says the agency faced similar challenges in the United Kingdom. The legal obstacles are with current legislations that govern bodies such as the Guyana Revenue Authority, GRA, and other government agencies.
So during the scoping phase, we had very positive meetings with the GRA, and they are willing to share whatever information within the law. So the issue here, we have an obstacle, a legal obstacle, okay, which is the confidentiality constraint, which is in the law, in the Income Tax Act. So, but we are trying to come up with a solution in order to have the legal solution for GRA to make the information available as required by the EITI standard.
Dr. Rudy Jadupat, National Coordinator of the Guyana Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, GYEITI, says the agency continues to work with stakeholders to ensure the smooth transition of the process and report compilation.
We go to the agencies, we write them, we ask them, we tell them what exactly is required, what kind of information, and what format they can do it. So we're talking to them, we are interacting with all of them. And as Rashid, the independent administrator team representative here mentioned, that we are seeing that they're willing to cooperate. They're willing to cooperate. However, the systems of data collection in the government agencies are not all tailored in such a way as to give you the report right away.
Malej says the EITI, in the long run, will suggest amendments to the current law or some special provisions for the EITI. The reconciliation report, to be submitted by April 25, 2019, will include information on operations and procedures of Guyana's mining, forestry, and oil and gas sectors. Reporting for InfoHub, Felicia Valenzuela.
Residents of Angois Avenue in New Amsterdam were today engaged by the Central Housing and Planning Authority, CHNPA, as it continues efforts to regularize squatting. Ayana George has the details.
We are working with the people of Plantation Mount Sinai, also known as Angois Avenue. We are processing titles for the persons living in the area. It's approximately 1,008 lots. And persons have been living there since in the early 70s, and now we're in the position to process titles for them.
That was Director of the Community Development Department at CHNPA, Gladwin Charles. He said the regularization of the squatting area commenced in 2013 with surveillance and the ownership of the land transferred to CHNPA, and 2 weeks ago the authority sorted out the block title for the squatting area, which made it possible to start a titling process.
It's a 3-day exercise, today, tomorrow, and Saturday. And then depends on the response, then we would know if we would plan other such activities. From 9 to 4:30. Sometimes we would go later than that, depends on the crowd.
One overjoyed resident said he is pleased to finally become the owner of his own plot of land.
This is a good gesture by the government, because on the previous government we've been getting, yes, this couldn't be done and that could be done, and that's it.
Carrington said that the government has already installed street lights in the community, which is another great initiative for a developing community.
Reporting for InfoHub from Angois Avenue, Berbice, with senior videographer Derek Bridge-Mohan, I'm Ayana George.
Still to come, symposium on Valerie Rodway's works, Minister Bolkan hands over equipment to Sophia Primary, and Amrita Prime to wear the Chutney crown. This and more when we return. Stay with us.
The future of Guyana has never looked better. Our nation is on the cusp of a development program like never seen before. While Guyana is now emerging as an energy giant through the discovery of massive reserves of oil and natural gas, it is your government's intention that the huge benefits emerging from this will go where it matters most, to you, the people of this beloved country. There is a surge of confidence in the way Guyana is governed once again, and the level of investor interest is unprecedented. Guyana is poised to become the breadbasket of the region, and the pace at which this nation will grow through prudent fiscal management will be nothing short of impressive. But more than anything else will be the way every Guyanese, regardless of color, class, or creed, becomes a part of this historic period of national transformation, sharing in the wealth and well-being of it all as one Guyana.
Welcome back. The Minister of Communities, Ronald Bolkan, today handed over equipment to benefit students of the Sophia Primary School.
Among the gifts to the school were waste disposal receptacles as part of the ministry's 3Gs initiative, cricketing and football equipment, and a multimedia projector. Minister Bolkan said there can be no better investment than investing in educating the young ones, since they are the future of Guyana.
This administration and our president, I do know one of the things that he feels most strongly about is education. I believe it is one of the things that is actually closest to his heart. And there can be no better investment on the part of any government than investing in education of children, molding young minds. They're the ones who will inherit the future, and we have to be able to afford them a proper standard of education, in this case public education.
Head teacher of Sophia Primary School, Audrey Sue, also expressed her gratitude for the donation made by the ministry. She said that the multimedia projector will aid in the delivery of content to the students who will now be exposed to a different and more interactive mode of instruction.
Now that our children will be exposed at different medium of learning, in that they would have been able to view things with a different form instead of just the cardboard teaching aids and so on.
The 3Gs initiative is Ministry of Communities program which was launched in 2016 to sensitize children on the basics of waste management, including waste separation, composting, and recycling. For InfoHub, Nikosi Bruce.
The University of Guyana hosted a symposium Wednesday evening last to honor the life and music of the late Valerie Rodway. Details in this report. The University of Guyana hosted a symposium to celebrate the life and music of the late Valerie Rodway Wednesday evening last. The observance came one day after the Guyanese composer was commemorated by President David Granger, First Lady Sandra Granger, and several government officials and members of the diplomatic corps. Vice-Chancellor of UG, Professor Ivelaw Griffith, noted that there is a deep appreciation for Rodway's music as it invokes a feeling of unity and national pride.
The meaning of the life and legacy of Valerie Rodway is powerful not only to those of us who have been continuously resident in Guyana, but it has taken an extra special element for those of us who've lived beyond our shores, that attachment to the symbols of nationhood, to the symbols that identify the prospects of building identity, building tomorrow.
Cicely Gavaya, niece of the late Valerie Rodway, reflected on her life.
During the 1960s, Val composed most of her music. This was a period of preparation for Guyana's independence and resulted in the creation of stirring poems by some of Guyana's most favored poets. Her selection of positive lyrics gave life to their words and inspired her composition of 20 national songs.
The late Valerie Rodway, born February 12, 1919 in New Amsterdam, East Corentyne Berbice, Region 6, is best known for the composition of melodious odes including O Beautiful Guyana, Canaima, Hymn for Guyana's Children, Arise Guyana, and Guyana the Free. The lone female contestant in the 2019 Chutney song competition, Amrita, is primed to assume the monarchy. Neola Damon caught up with the artiste as she eyes the throne. Surrounded by fierce competitors, Amrita has been able to advance to the finals of the competition through her powerful vocals, which capture residents in Region 5 on Sunday evening. Her song, Dulaha Dulahin, is a wedding-inspired tune which captures the Dulahin, meaning bride's final happy moments as she leaves her parents' home. Amrita told InfoHub that she was encouraged to join the competition by her family and friends.
My Rocky brother Bunty, by winning the Chutney Monarch, he gave me some courage. I am mostly in the dancing. Last night we placed first in the Chutney dance competition. But here the one mostly, tell me you have it, you could go, you could perform, and I think you could do well in the competition. And also a big thank you to Vanita, Miss Vanita Willie, who was placed first in the 2017 Chutney Monarch. She also helped me out with my song, helped me to boost myself up and tell me, you know what, woman can make it also. A female could make it.
She's encouraging fans to come out and support the contestants who have put in a lot of time and effort into their pieces for the competition. Finals for the Banks Chutney Monarch competition will be held on February 17th at the Anna Regina Community Center. Neola Damon, InfoHub.
We cannot get married. A GT girl from the right, she is on our waterline. I will make she a queen, no one else can be queen. I travel many countries, I travel overseas. The best girls in the world are right here from
Here is a reminder to check out the Banks Calypso Monarch Finals tomorrow at the National Park and the Children's Costume and Float Parade on Saturday, February 16. That's all for this evening. Connect with us on WhatsApp, like and subscribe to our Facebook page for notifications. You can also follow us on Instagram for updates and visit our website at dpi.gov.gy. Your bridge and weather reports are up next. Goodbye.